So, Black Widow has apparently smashed records. We have the opening night figures, and then we have what has been purported by Disney. This is really, really important. This is not a video where I'm just going to sit here and go, well, I hate Disney, blah, 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 blah. That's not the point to this video. A lot of mainstream media is touting this as a massive success, but there are only actually two figures that you can take with the utmost certainty because they are independently verified. They are verified figures. The additional number, and it's a large number, it's not a small number, that comes direct from Disney and cannot be independently verified. So let's get into the news, right? Disney announced that Black Widow ended up grossing a massive estimated haul of $215 million worldwide. This included 80 million from North America and 78 million from overseas. Those are the two figures that we can absolutely take as the gospel. We can look at that and we can go, yes, those are numbers that we can believe, right? Because they're receipts. Those are numbers that are verified. It's box office, it's ticket sales. There is something which is actionable at that point. It's traceable. You can look at it and you can go, yeah, that's 100%. Now, this additional 60 million on Disney Plus's Premier Access service, that is not independently verified. That is not something which we can look at and go, that's legit. We can't. Now, let's take it with a pinch of salt and let's play devil's advocate, for instance. Because, as this excerpt notes, it is the first time the studio has ever released figures. They never released figures for Mulan, and everyone trashed it. As in, like, everyone slated it. Everyone was like, yeah, it's bombed, basically, was what the take-home was. Cruella. They didn't release anything for Cruella. But here's the difference, right? And I like to use the Tomorrow War as an example here, because that was a movie that is incredibly divisive, much like Black Widow is. Black Widow is a divisive film. Lots of people like it, lots of people dislike it. But the Tomorrow War is a divisive film that was stated to have broken records. And even me, someone that liked that film, I looked at it and I thought, are you really broken records? You know, I make a video on it and I'm looking at the comments coming through and I'm like, this is 50-50 split. You know, people like it, people really hate it. So I didn't believe that. I didn't believe those record-breaking paragraphs that people were touting. But then they push a sequel instantly. Yeah, we're greenlighting a sequel. We're in talks, we're doing it. And then I go to myself, well, the proof's in the pudding at this point. 100%. Yeah, now I can believe that it's broken records. Why? Because Amazon Prime paid $200 million for the Tomorrow War. And they're not making anything from it. It was there for free. There has to be breaking some good records for them to make more, you know, to make more in that franchise, or to make it a franchise, make it a sequel. But here's the interesting thing, right? Disney didn't bother to release any figures for Mulan or Cruella, but Cruella's already been given a sequel. So I think to myself that you can't use that metric, you can't use that difference, that comparison. You can't say, oh, hey, well, because they released the figures for Black Widow, that 100% means that they're going to be, that's legit. Because Cruella they didn't release anything for, and they've still greenlit a sequel for that. But $60 million is not something that we can 100% believe. And I've got some other figures here to kind of show you there as well. But anyway, as a result of opening this weekend, Black Widow has scored the largest domestic box office opening since the COVID-19 pandemic began. That's really, really quite misleading, because it's basically one of the largest domestic openings that they have the ability to have at this point in time. And what I mean by that is, say, Godzilla vs. Kong that was released. That was doing gangbusters. That was epic, right? But that was only released in teeny tiny amount of theatres. Now more and more theatres have opened up. So it's really important not to get too skewed with that as the 100% it's the best. I mean, it is, but why is it? Well, because there's more theatres to play in, for starters. Now, there's obviously the biggest since The Rise of Skywalker was released in December, and this was also the highest US opening for a Marvel Cinematic Universe origin story after only Black Panther and Captain Marvel. There's not been many origin stories. What are you talking about? Come on, guys. Jesus. Anyway, here's the statement from Disney. Once again, Marvel has delivered an exceptional film to the delight of fans worldwide, with Black Widow achieving numerous milestones in the current marketplace. And this is Kareem Daniel, Chairman, Disney Media and Entertainment Distribution. Black Widow's strong performance this weekend affirms, this is interesting, our flexible distribution strategy of making franchise films available in theatres for a true cinematic experience. And as COVID concerns continue globally, providing choice to consumers who prefer to watch at home on Disney+. So they're still doing that. I remember a time when they said that they wouldn't, and now they doubled back on that. So again, their word is not. The word is my word is my bond. It's definitely not. We had a statement from Alan Bergman, chairman of Disney Studios Content, and he said, it's incredible to see audiences enjoying Black Widow after 2 years without a new Marvel Studios film, and this spectacular opening weekend shows just how eager fans have been to see this beloved Avenger in her own story. There's no question it's been worth the wait. Kate Shortland, Scarlett Johansson and the Marvel Studios team have delivered an exceptional film that continues a legacy of creative excellence as the Marvel Cinematic Universe expands and enters a new era. Again, I struggle to really kind of believe these things, especially when you look at this, right? It's not getting that good word of mouth. I think ultimately the people that wanted to see it were going to watch it that opening weekend. And as I said, the proof is in the pudding. I really do believe now that the drop-off for Black Widow is going to be quite big. Quite a big drop-off, I think, from week to week. This is Rotten Tomatoes, 85% it's getting from all audience scores. Not that good, really. Not Marvel good, anyway. 80% from all critics as well. But this is what I mean, is the word of mouth isn't that good. We've got IMDb rating it as 7. That's the median, arithmetic median, or mean is 7.2. You can see it there. It's liked, but it's not that well liked. And the Metacritic, I think, gives a better score. A better, more interesting look at the score, right? You've got positive 222, which is good. There's only 371 ratings there. Mixed is 69. Negative is 80. And that's a good split, looking at that. But this is what I mean. That's representative and indicative of the fact that this is a very mixed movie. I do believe that people will be taking a look at this and going, maybe not. Maybe not. But it's interesting nonetheless, and this isn't, again, me sitting here just to crap on Disney, but it really is important to note is that those figures that they release cannot be independently verified. They don't have to be verified. It's the same as Amazon Prime releasing numbers. You always look at it with an air of sort of dubiousness. So let me know what you think of this down below in the comments. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. If you stayed this long, you clearly enjoyed the content. I've got 25 Blu-rays left for Breaking Lights. It is a Blu-ray exclusive. That is my psychological horror Lovecraftian film. You can find that linked down below in the description box. Please do grab it whilst you can. There's a lot of extras on that Blu-ray, so please do grab it. Support me, support original film. Cheers. Take care.